Welcome to my views and news. Friday's first video, two news stories. Main news stories about fighting between Tigray fighters and an Amhara militia. It happened in western zone, Wolkait. Conflicting information is coming in about what happened there, but fighting is being confirmed by more than one sources. Secondly, Gatachoreda held a meeting with Antony Blinken, U.S. Secretary of State. U.S. Secretary of State departed Ethiopia yesterday. And Getachew spoke then last night, elaborating on his meeting with Antony Blinken. TPLF has been largely silent recently in the past 2 months about the need for international inquiry into war crimes committed during the Tigray conflict. But after meeting with Blinken, Getachew spoke about this inquiry details for you. Firstly, viewers, this year, in 2023, we have not seen any direct fighting between Tigray fighters and Amhara forces. Tigray fighters or Ethiopian National Defense Force. Though Pretoria deal was signed in November, we saw few incidents of violence last year. This year remained largely peaceful. But as we have been saying, that core issues are unresolved. That is why we could see resumption of escalation, resumption of armed conflict if the issues remain unresolved. Luckily, things are under control so far, though no considerable progress has been made toward the resolution of Amhara and Tigray claims to western and southern zones. Western zone, Wolkait, Amhara, Sagade, southern zone, Raya are disputed between the two regions. Tigray forces are not deployed to these two regions. Amhara forces are there. They were told to withdraw from some places, but reportedly they are still there in both zones. Now, an incident is being reported of a clash, armed clash between a militia and Tigray fighters. Reportedly, the incident happened in Maigaba. Maigaba is in Wolkait. If you go towards Wolkait from Salamati, you encounter Maigaba, then Adiramat. The incident happened in Maigaba, and the incident shows that there is still presence of Amhara forces, Amhara militia, not forces there. Amhara forces are there too, though it was being said that PM Abiy's government had told all militias to leave Wolkait, but no, militias are there. This incident is confirming the presence of militias. Incident is being reported by some Amhara news sources too, again confirming the presence of Amhara forces in Wolkait. And Tigray fighters were never close to Maigaba. They had to retreat from Maigaba. They never got in control of Maigaba. They managed to reach close to Maigaba, I think, last year, when they tried to attack Wolkait from three directions, from Sudan, from Salamati side, and from Dibak side, though they could not make considerable inroads. Lately, we have not seen their presence close to Megab. But this incident happened close to Megaba. That is why Tigray fighters managed to reach there, it seems. Some casualties are being reported. It's not clear how many died, but some were injured in this clash, and at least one casualty is being confirmed. Tigrayan news sources are mostly silent. They're not reporting about this incident, but some other sources are confirming that incident happened in Wolkait. Again, issues are unresolved. Wolkait is a very difficult issue to handle. Let's see how PM Abiy's government handles the issue. Amhara regional government, Amhara militias, Amhara parties, they say Wolkait is non-negotiable, no talks. And Colonel Damak Zadul administration deployed to Amhara region is deployed to Wolkait Tigray Amhara is opposing the return of Tigray IDPs to their places, their homes in Western zone. They say these are not IDPs. They are people who are not from this zone. They're being sent here to change demographic balance. They want to create conflict. So they are opposing the return. That is why I say it's a very serious issue, still unresolved. Secondly, viewers, TPLF has remained largely silent in the past 2 months or so about its earlier calls for the need for international inquiry into human rights abuses committed during Tigray conflict. But after Pretoria deal and after some underhand dealings between TPLF and Ethiopian government, TPLF went quiet. While Ethiopian government started demanding termination of UN Inquiry Commission established by UN Human Rights Council more than a year ago. We know that a UN Human Rights Council session is underway, and next week we could see an attempt to terminate the mandate of the commission. Ethiopia is lobbying to get international support. TPLF remained silent. Why? Because it was hoping that PM Abiy's government would give TPLF freedom to operate in Tigray, freedom to rule in Tigray, in return for compromising on international inquiry for human rights abuses. That is why reportedly TPLF remained silent. But now, when PM Abiy TPLF meeting has failed, PM Abiy has rejected TPLF's proposal for interim government with TPLF being majority party. Now we are seeing a change. Getachew held a meeting with Antony Blinken around 48 hours ago. Antony Blinken met with TPLF leaders in Addis Ababa, capital. Again, this development shows the weakness of PM Abiy's government. This is first high-level meeting between TPLF leaders and an international diplomat or delegation in Addis Ababa. EU diplomats were not allowed to meet Tigray leadership. And after the meeting, Getachew spoke last night. Getachew commended US efforts for peace and stability. He reiterated Tigray's position regarding its commitment to peace and implementation of Pretoria deal. He urged US to increase humanitarian support, and he reiterated Tigray's position for investigation into human rights abuses. He said, national framework was not enough. There must be international effort. So, this position is not a new position by TPLF. TPLF took this position last year. But then it went quiet because of some dealings with the Ethiopian federal government. Now, TPLF is back to its earlier position that there must be international inquiry into human rights abuses.